Well, hello there, and welcome back to my channel where I make quality content that nobody really asked for. And today's video is a little bit different because it's a Teen Titans related video. Now, I love Teen Titans, and that's probably obvious by the costume I'm wearing. I'm being comic book Raven, as well as some of my YouTube shorts. The ones that do the best tend to be my Teen Titans cosplays, which I love. But yeah, I am a huge Teen Titans fan and collector. When I'm not collecting Miraculous, most of the time my money's going towards Teen Titans. It's honestly, those are like the two things I'm into. And the thing about being a Teen Titans collector is sometimes you don't really get new merch a lot. Most of the merch you see for Teen Titans is from the 2003 cartoon from Cartoon Network, which I love. I obviously love that. Most of my collections from the cartoon, most of my cosplays are from the cartoons, but I'm also a giant comic book fan. So last year, McFarlane actually came out with a Teen Titans series Build-A-Figure, and I am super excited because we haven't seen Teen Titans merch again for a very long time. You see some here and there, but nothing like what McFarlane did for this line, and I'm very excited. So if you don't know who McFarlane is, they're basically an action figure company. Tim, whatever his name, McFarlane, he designs like these really cool action figures, and then you just collect them, and they're based off different comic book lines. And so last year he came out with the Titan series, and everybody was excited, including myself. So I ran out and bought all of them. And if you don't know anything about the Build-A-Figure series either, it's basically you get a set of amount of figures, so in this case 4, and each packaging, as you can see, you get like basically a different body part. And then if you collect the whole series in a box set, you can also form the Build-A-Figure, which in this case is Beast Boy, or what me and my brother like to call it, Beast Man. So I'm very excited to unbox all of these here for you. And I know these are not dolls or anything related to that, because I usually like to review that type of stuff here on this channel, but they're action figures. And, you know, I really want to support the Titans franchise because, as I mentioned, Teen Titans is my favorite, so the more support it gets, more stuff gets to be pushed out. So that's why I'm making this video. I don't know, it'll be fun, boring, or cringy, but it's Titans, and that's something we all can love here on this channel. So yeah, so the first one you can get in this series is Raven, because of course, you can't have a Beast Boy figure without Raven, in my opinion anyways, because, you know, BB and Ray. But anyways, so here's the Raven figure, and then she also comes with the hands for Beast Boy as well as the head. And here it says, note the DC Multiverse Raven, collect to build, and you get to build Beast Boy here. Here's the side of the box. All McFarlane action figures have the same packaging, so if you worry about unique packaging and keep them in box, you don't have to worry about that because they're all the same, which is good for me as a person who wants to take these out of the box, but I'm also an inbox collector, so I don't have to worry about buying a whole different set because it is the same packaging throughout. And here you get a picture of Beast Boy, and I'll get into what I think of the packaging here in a bit, but I do want to introduce all the characters. And here is the different parts you get for the Beast Boy figure, as well as the people in the rest of the series. And here's it says no Titans, Raven. And then, yep, it's just the standard McFarlane box. So that's one of the characters you can get, Raven, who is definitely one of my favorite comic book heroes, obviously. And then we also have Nightwing in this series, because of course you have to have Nightwing. He is the leader, and he comes with the torso, and he has the exact same packaging as Raven. Exact same thing as you can see here. Same picture of the back of the box, and you can tell which part that you get out of the Build-A-Figure, and the rest you can collect, so you can build the rest. Again, it says Titans Nightwing, so we have that looking super cool. And then the next one you can get is Arsenal, or Red Arrow, or Speedy, whatever you call him. I used to call him Aerosol, like the can, and then I realized that's not how you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say Arsenal, so don't be like me. But here is Arsenal, not Aerosol. And he comes with the legs. Exact same packaging again. And show you what parts you can get, as well as the rest of the characters you can collect. And the side. And last of this series you can get, because there's only 4 of them, you can get Donna Troy, or the first Wonder Girl, but she just goes by Donna Troy now. And here she is, looking kind of angry. So again, same packaging as all the other McFarlane figures. And I have to be honest, I did buy another Raven to keep in the packaging, just because there's something about a Raven figure with a Beast Boy artwork on it, just like does something for me. But I really want to talk about, sorry, what? Man, this costume is a mess. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about this packaging, because it doesn't really matter in the end because you're gonna unbox it, but I do have one thing that I find interesting. So a lot of people complain about this series because they didn't have like Cyborg or Starfire and stuff like that, because they only had 4, and they don't understand who this Beast Boy is because he doesn't look like the traditional Beast Boy. I want to make it clear, because Tom McFarlane, I believe that's his name, tend to pick out for his action figure lines canon actual looks from different comic book series, so that way you might see like some from Death Metal and stuff like that, because I have the Death Metal figures. This series is also based off a comic book, and it's not based off the comic book that we know. It's not the Mark Wolfman one, it's not the Jeff John ones, it's not even Titans Rebirth with Damien in charge, not Nightwing. This set is based off the Titan series in 2018 that came out, the comic book run. I'll post a picture here. But it's based off that series, and it's based after the events after after just normal DC. I'll put it down here. It's not Death Metal, but I just believe it is normal DC Metal, the first one with the backlash, not the second one. So this series of action figures is based off that comic book run, so that's why you don't see Starfire or Cyborg, because they're under 2 different teams. Starfire is acting on a different team during this time, and Cyborg is of course on the Justice League. So in this team, it's really just Nightwing, Raven, Donna Troy. I believe Red Arrow's in it. I believe there's a girl named Steel in it, and there is Megan Manhunter. So I had to clarify. A lot of people complain about the characters we didn't get, and I had to mention these are based off actual comic book runs, and the looks that these characters are based off of, those characters are not in it. So I had to make that clear. But one thing I do find interesting about this packaging is that, so if you look here on like the Raven artwork, or even on the Beast Boy artwork, this is not the same, obviously, as the action figures. The Raven shown here and the Beast Boy shown here is actually based off the Jeff John run, or the series after Mark Wolfman, kind of what I based my Raven look after. So I thought it's funny that they have like the up-to-date comic book look, but for the packaging and for the photo they use as a reference for the character, they didn't use the correct look or author or time period. So I thought that was funny, and I had to say that. But yeah, so that is the Titans Build-A-Figures. Now I'm going to take them out of the box here, and then we can go from there and see if we can build this Beast Boy, Build-A-Figure, because that's only why I bought all of this. I mostly just wanted Raven and Beast Boy, but the other ones are good too, I guess. So the action figures are out of their box, and let me tell you, why are unboxing Tom McFarlane action figures, why are they so difficult? Like, I was struggling this whole entire time trying to unbox every single one of these out of the packaging. Like, I unboxed so many dolls, and there's some dolls that were like harder to unbox than others, but they're not nearly as difficult for me as unboxing these action figures. Like, oh my goodness, these were so hard to unbox because they're like in the little plastic little prisons, and they have like those little ties, like in my Nemesis, and they're so close to their legs that sometimes I have to cut like the physical action figure. So it's like some of them have like scrapes on them now. Like, why is it so difficult? I had the most difficult time unboxing them. And I mean, that person who wants to keep the packaging, nope, the packaging completely destroyed, so that was a little annoying. So I wish they made unboxing their action figures easier. Like, oh my goodness, I know action figures are so difficult to unbox, but here we are. No wonder I stick with dolls. But anyways, so all 4 of them are out of the box. Technically 5, including Beast Man over here, who is disassembled. But yeah, so here is the figure. So this one's Nightwing, obviously. And to be honest, maybe because I'm used to dolls or whatever, I thought they'd be a little bit taller. I feel like in the packaging, they're a little bit bigger than what they are. But when you actually take them out of the packaging and holding in your hands, they're kind of small. But that's okay. I don't need large, giant figures anyways, but they're kind of tiny, but that's okay. So here is Nightwing, and he looks like Nightwing. Yeah, I think he looks pretty cool. I really like when Nightwing has his like blue stripes all the way down his sleeve versus just his chest. And here's his back, like his body is sculpted nice. I like that he's a little bit leaner. I don't really like to imagine Nightwing or Dick Grayson like super buff. I see him as like buff, but not like super buff, because you know, like he had to be lean and light to do all those trapeze acrobatic type work. So I appreciate that for this particular action figure, he is much more lean. So, which I am more drawn to. And here's his face, which is okay. I feel like his face is kind of dorky. Maybe his expression, because he's kind of smirking a little bit. But he still looks good. I have no complaints about him. And of course, because it's Nightwing, we always got to check out the butt, because we don't know what Nightwing has that butt, you know what I'm talking about. But sadly, his butt seems a little bit flat. Could it be more voluptuous? Yes, but here's Nightwing booty. I know y'all wanted to see it if you're a comic book fan. But yeah, here's Nightwing's butt. He looks fine. But yeah, he's definitely on the smaller side. He's not as buff, which is fine for me. I like him a little bit more lean. But I know that's some complaint that some people had, was he's not the best Nightwing action figure because he's lean and stuff. I like that he's lean. I think he's perfect the way that he is. But yeah, his face is a little bit weird, but still good. So that is Nightwing. And he doesn't come with anything besides his Beast Boys accessories. And all McFarlane action figures come with these like circle black stands with a little peg on it, because they had this little holes on the bottom. And you just like push the peg through the sole of the foot or the heel. And then they're stand up, which I really don't like these types of stands, because I feel like they just don't hold the action figure well. Like I have some of the death metal ones, or just metal in general, and they don't stand that well on these stands because they're so heavy. But yeah, and sometimes it's really hard to push their feet through because they're articulated at their ankles. But yeah, here's the stand. I can't put Nightwings on his to save his life, so that's annoying. But here's Nightwing one more time. But yeah, he's good. I'll probably give him 8 out of 10. Yeah, he's not the best Nightwing action figure I ever saw in my life, but he's not the worst one. And when you look at him, you see Nightwing, and it does its job. But it looks really good. And these are articulated because they are action figures. They're not as articulated as some of the dolls that I own, but they still can like bend their knees, raise their arms, and have some sort of articulation, so they're not just like stiff solid. But yeah, super good. Here's Nightwing, 8 out of 10. And then he also comes with his character card as well, looking fabulous. But I don't think this is from the Titan series they're talking about, because I don't remember them fighting the Court of Owls. So there's a lot of random images they picked for the character cards. But Nightwing. And then let's move on to the next one, which I think is a really cool action figure. I feel like this one's probably one of the best ones from the 4. And my goodness, these freaking stands are gonna be my nemesis. I probably won't even stick them to their stands. I probably get some like glue dots, or what is it called? That tacky paste, whatever, and stick them on because these are not staying on to save their life. I hate these stands. I don't know if you can tell. It's not McFarlane's fault. They just don't work for me personally. So this one is Arsenal, or Aerosol as we call him here. And yeah, he is a very interesting action figure. He is much buffer than Nightwing. Like, these are some broad shoulders, and he also has some tattoos, which are cool. His tattoos are cool. They're just green. And then here's his outfit, of course, sculpted on, and I think his outfit looks great. I love all the textures that are going on, and of course he's wearing a baseball cap backwards. And just like Nightwing, he has like the same type of articulation where they can like raise their arms and bend their elbows and their knees and sit down slightly, but they look better just in a standard standing pose. But yeah, this Arsenal figure is amazing. I definitely give him a 10 out of 10. I have nothing to complain about. I think he looks absolutely great. I love the body mold. I love the mold itself. I love all the different textures that are going on. The belt, everything here is solid. So he's like a 10 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10 if I'm being picky, but I have nothing to complain about Arsenal. And he also comes with like the better accessories in my opinion too. Like, Nightwing didn't come with anything, not even a bow staff, but Arsenal came with his, of course, his bow and arrows, because he is, you know, his mentor was Green Arrow, who I hate a lot. But anyways, so here is his like little holder for his arrows, and his arrows are a separate piece, so you can put them in like that, which I think is really neat. And look at this bow and arrow, is so cool. So of course you can pose him with his bow and arrow, but I'm not gonna do that here. But you can also have him, oh, he stick his arrows in the back right here, which is so cool. You can have him hold his arrows. JK, I'm gonna have him hold it. Okay, never mind. He is not gonna hold his arrow, but I still think it's cool, like his whole accessory gig, like stuff here. Like, he is a cool action figure. And if you're collecting all 4 of them, or you're just a fan of Arsenal or anything, you'd be very happy with that action figure. I feel like I'm happy with it, so that means you might be happy with it too, because I'm very picky, but at the same time I'm not picky, because I like anything with Titans on it, unless it's the live action one, then I won't like it. But anyways, and of course you gotta have Donna Troy here. And now, she was my trouble child. She was the hardest one to take out for me for some reason, and I had to be honest, my least favorite one from this series is Donna Troy. I feel like she just doesn't look bad. Like, she's a great action figure, but she doesn't look like pretty. I should say that. She looks very angry. I mean, valid, she is angry all the time, but like, she looks very angry. Her makeup's very dark, so I feel like she just doesn't look beautiful. She looks kind of scary, which it is what it is. So because of her face screening, I don't really like it. But everything else about her is beautiful, and I do like it. Like, she looks like Donna Troy. They did her armor correct. I like that, you know, because sometimes with action figures, sometimes ladies could look kind of manly. I still like she looks still feminine. Like, she has like a nice body, anything. Like, look at that butt. And she looks really cool. So it just, her face just doesn't work for me. Because like, ooh, scary, jump scare, you know what I mean? But she's still very pretty, or very cool, and I still like her a lot, and she stands best on this stand for some reason. But yeah, her armor detailing, the whole sculpt of her body is really neat. No complaints there besides her face. Her face is scary. And she does come, if I could find it, with a sword, so she can hold that as well. But I'm not going to do that because Arsenal was so hard to put his arrows in. But so she comes with her sword, so good for her. And then and they also come with their character cards as well. So this one is, of course, Arsenal. And of course, on the back of the character cards, they also have their bio. And here is Donna Troy. And again, let me think here. Let me zoom in. I still don't think this is from the right comic book line, but at least these two, I think it looks like their action figure counterpart, not as much as Raven, which is a good segue to my last one here we can look at, who I think is still the best one from this series. Like, she slays. Of course she does, because she's a Raven, and I'm not saying that as a Raven fan. Like, I think she's just a cool action figure. Here is Raven, and she was also very difficult to get out of her packaging, but she's out, looking fabulous, and let me tell you, they did a fantastic job on this cape sculpt, this, like, her cowl, like, fantastic. They got, like, that Raven point down, and of course her outfit looks great as well. My only complaint about her is I feel like she could be a little bit curvier in her body. I feel like her, kind of how I complimented Donna Troy, saying that Donna had like a little bit more feminine body, so she doesn't look as manly, because sometimes when a girl's in an action figure form, they kind of look kind of manly in this sense. I feel like Raven looks a little bit manly here, and does not help that the cloak like broadens her shoulders, so I feel like they could have give her a little bit more curves, especially towards the bottom, because Raven has a really has nice legs and a nice butt. I look at these things, I'm sorry, you know, like, I'm a human being. I'm gonna look, okay? And yeah, I feel like she's a little bit masculine. And I feel like Raven is very beautiful. You know, she's not like the traditional beauty like she is in her, like, Mark Wolfman form. Like, her Mark Wolfman form is so beautiful. But I feel like, you know, she's still beautiful. She still has feminine features to her. And I feel like this Raven is a little masculine. And, I mean, yes, her outfit looks like this too. But I feel like, I don't know, they could have made it, like, in her, I know they're supposed to be based off the Titans 2008 run, but I feel like they could have done something more to her outfit. But I still like it. I still really like this figure. It's just, she's a little bit more on the manlier side, for me. More masculine. Which is nothing wrong with being a masculine woman, but I wish she was a little bit more feminine, because in a action figure form, they tend to look very masculine, so I wish they were a little bit more feminine here, but it's okay. She still looks fantastic, and I tell you, like, the sculpting for this cloak is great, and her face is great. And this action figure, I still give it like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. She's definitely one of the better ones, but she still has a few flaws. But I still think she looks absolutely fantastic. And of course, everything's in one piece here. And that stand is gonna give me trouble, let me tell you. I'm gonna have some trouble errors here. And here's her character card and her profile. But we all probably know who they are by now if you're watching this channel. But it's so funny that they use this image as her character card, because it's not the same. This Raven and this Raven are not the same. This Raven is who is more I'm cosplaying here, which is more on the Mark Wolfman, you know, the original comic book Raven look. Well, that one is definitely the new one. And you know anything, the old comic book Raven and the new comic book Raven, they don't look the same. They're different characters. I still prefer the Mark Wolfman look, because I feel like she's a little bit more glamorous. But yeah. So that is the figures. So of course, now we're gonna move on to the portion of where we're gonna try to build the Beast Boy Build-A-Figure part. Also, I forgot to mention before we go to the Build-A-Figure part that for the Raven figures, as you see right here, she also comes with these really cool, like, magic flame things that's supposed to represent her powers. And I don't know if you're supposed to, like, take off her hands and replace it with the little pieces here, because I can't figure out how to put it on her. But she also comes with these, which I think is really cool. But I have no idea how to attach it to the figure. But I want to mention that they also come. So this is her accessories. Basically, is her magic. So I think that's cool. And I like the color they picked out But anyways, let's move to the Build-A-Figure part. So this is part of the video I am most excited for because I've been waiting to get this Beast Boy action figure for so long. And again, as I mentioned, like this Beast Boy action figure kind of looks kind of weird. Like people like, that's not a canon look, that's not an actual look, or like what is up with that weird Beast Boy, Beast Man look? He is based on my real look. I told people it really bothered me when I was reading like the comments on the Instagram page that people would complain about these figures saying they don't look like Titans, they don't have Starfire or Cyborg or anything. I think people forget that there's more to Teen Titans than just the 2003 cartoon, because there's a lot of comparing it to the 2003 cartoon. This is not the 2003 cartoon. This is based off the 2018 Titans comic book line. So there's more Teen Titans content out there in the world. People gotta calm down. And this Beast Boy, as a person who read almost every single Titans comic book, I recognize this look right away. So people just should shut up when they don't know what they're talking about, in my opinion. So anyways, so of course we have the torso here with this giant chunk of plastic, let me tell you that. Here's the head, and then the arms here, and these are thick. Like, he is a thick guy. And then here is his giant legs, as well as his hands. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I know I Build-A-Figure, is stick the hands to the torso. So again, here's the torso. Let's try to build him together here. So he has like a little peg. I'm gonna match the pegs to the pegs. Okay. This is not working. This is going off great. Because I want to build him on camera, but I guess that's going to be more difficult than I thought it would. I'm not a builder either. Like, I build cosplays, I build all sort of things, but toys. Oh, okay, we got a leg in. We got a leg up in the competition, and then we have the other leg here, because you know everything calls him an arm and a leg. Okay, slave. So we got a little bit of it down. We do have we got this going for us, sleigh. So the legs are easy to attach. Let's move on to the arms. Part 2, second try. We're already having technical difficulties. I just want my Beast Man, not my Beast Boy. You know what I mean? Okay, we're gonna come back for the hands, but let's just stick the head in. What? See, like, these are easy to stick. Why are the arms difficult for me? Why are the arms difficult? Okay, we got the head and the legs. See, that part was easy. Why am I having a hard time with arms? Yay, we got one arm. Yay, yay. Now we only have one arm left. We can do it. Sometimes you just gotta shove it in to the hole. You know what I mean? That's what she said. But yeah, just gotta stick it in and push it. Okay, we'll get there one day, everybody. I'm gonna be quiet now, and I'm gonna fast forward this so we don't have to sit here for 5 minutes just hearing me going and his head fell off. You know, I love McFarlane figures. They're so great. But I see why I never unbox them. Like, why is this so difficult? Like, it literally took me almost 30 minutes to put him together. It shouldn't be that difficult. It shouldn't be that difficult to take him out of the box. It shouldn't be difficult to put him together. Like, why is it difficult? I see why I never unbox any of my McFarlane stuff. But that was not fun. Did not enjoy it. 0 out of 10. For the build. Like, that was not fun. It was hard. I actually snagged a part of my costume. Like, I wanted to die. I was not having fun with this figure at all. was not having a grand old time. But he is done. He is put together, hopefully, and let me tell you, he looks great. And let me tell you, I can't stop singing Beauty and the Beast either. I'm like, no, tale as old as time, to say the least, you know, both a little scared, neither one prepared. Beauty and the Beast. Like, literally, Beauty and the Beast right here. But yeah, but he is a awesome figure though. Once you put him together, like, oh my gosh, he was so hard. But he is solid, he is heavy. If I tossed him at you, you probably would get some sort of injury. That's how heavy duty he is. And his face is awesome, this body mold is awesome. He looks just like, I'll put a picture of him here so you know what I'm talking about. But he looks just like Beast Boy, or we call him Beast Man. Like, I'm surprised they made an action figure of him, considering, I don't know, not a lot of people know this Beast Boy look. I think if people associate like more of a beast like Beast Boy, they definitely think about like the 2003 Beast Boy. Oh my goodness, I love action figure of that particular beast form Beast Boy, but this one is still really cool. And again, if I tossed him at you, it will hurt. That's how heavy he is. But he also doesn't come with a stand, but I think he can pretty much stand on his own. But man, look at all this muscle he is. Look at all the hair sculpt. Like, this is an awesome figure, and he's definitely worth just buying the set by itself. Like, if you don't really care about the other Titans, but you just care about Beast Man, he looks awesome. And it's so funny. He doesn't come with a character card. But let me just pull up the back of his box here. So I said, this Beast Boy and this Beast Boy are not the same. Like, this is from the Jeff John run. This is a cover from like the Titans book. Different Titans Beast Boy. He's a totally different run. So just like Raven here, I don't know what they were doing. I also put on back my gloves. I didn't realize in my last clip I didn't have my gloves on because I was unboxing all of these, so I was a little bit bare, but we had the gloves back on. But yeah, he is super cool. Looks just like Beast Boy in this particular form. He has all the really cool detailing on his suit. Like, man, this is a cool figure. Look wise, 10 out of 10. Building him, the process of getting him to this part, 0 out of 10. I hated every single moment of it. Snagged my costume, everything. So difficult to put together. So I'm so excited that he can reunite with his friends. And I can't show him what he looks like with his friends because I can't hold it all. I'll post a picture here or maybe something. But I can put him next to his lady friend. Of course, you know, Beast Boy and Raven weren't dating during this time. They didn't start dating until Titans Academy. But look at them. Two best friends. Now, Beauty and the Beast. Oh, I try not to like recreate a whole bunch of Beauty and the Beast scenes right now. I'm like, I'm saving you guys. But see what he looks like. And look how big he is. Like, oh my goodness, he is a big boy. You know, her and her guard dog. But this is so cool. I love it so much. But I really like these McFarlane Titans series. Again, I know a lot of people complain that they didn't have like Starfire or Cyborg or whatever. I hate to break it to you, but in this particular line, like I keep saying it, Starfire is not a part of it. Cyborg is not a part of it. So of course, why would they have it? Plus, there's so many Cyborg action figures. Like, I'm sure any McFarlane Cyborg will look fine next to these. But for your Starfire fans, they're actually coming out with a McFarlane Starfire action figure coming out this year. So, of course, I'll be buying her. And she will look really good with the rest of the Titans lineup here. Because even though she's not part of the series, that's still her recent look. Like, they're doing her new 52 look. So, she still fits in. So, I love that. But, yes. I'll love a up-to-date Beast Boy. Like, I do have the collector gold label Beast Boy. But I would love, but he's based off, you know, old 52. I'll love a new 52 Beast Boy. But until then, we have this Beast Man. and I'm not gonna be complaining about him. Besides, like, look-wise, building him, not fun, but you know that by now. Does he stand? And he does stand on his own, so that's great. But I really enjoyed this Titan series, and I hope McFarlane make more Titans characters or looks. But until then, I'll love a 2003 McFarlane Teen Titans series, because they already have Cyborg, which I do own, so it'd be great if they can do the other 4 characters and do a Build-A-Figure or something. So McFarlane, I'd love to have a 2003 Teen Titans line. I mean, I know you already have Cyborg ready, and I do have him, but just saying. But until then, that's all for today's video. I hope you find it interesting. If not, I hope you still liked it because it's Teen Titans related. And if you like my cosplays here or my content, you should just subscribe, because I do more than just review. I also do cosplay related videos, especially on my shorts. You'll see that a lot. And if you like to see any of the process of how I make my cosplays, you should also follow me on my Instagram, which is Chocohorse Popcorn. Sorry, there's like a bug. Like, what the hell? Leave me alone. Anyways, but follow me there. And until then, that's all for today's video. And I do know what the next video is, which is me unboxing the Golden Label Beast Boy McFarlane figure. Until then, that's all for today's video, and I hope I catch you in my next one. And if there's trouble, you know who to call: the Teen Titans.